YouTube? It's me, Evolving Messenger Mirroring Me. And today is Throwback Thursday. Okay, but before we get started, I always want to know, did you thank God for letting you wake up to see another day? If you haven't, come on, let's take a few seconds. Come on, come on. All right, now this Throwback Thursday is a little different from the last one, okay? I like to switch it up, change it up, just like this her. As you can see in that other video, but I'm trying to grow this stuff back. You heard me? And it hurt a little bit, but anywho, you gonna see a whole lot of this. Probably different colors, probably, I don't know, okay? But I'm just trying to grow my hair back, so I just keep on throwing anything up here just so it can stay out the way. But anyway, back on topic, my Throwback Thursday, I want to talk about what I remember, and I'm pretty sure some of you guys remember some things that I'm finna get ready to mention. And you see who I got on today? I got on Snoop Dogg. Yep, yep. But anywho, back in the day, that's who we used to thought was, gangsters and stuff. Snoop Dogg and Ice Cube, them, and I can name a whole lot of people. Easy E, Dr. Dre. Listen, the list go on and on and on and on. Okay, but anyway, I just want y'all to see my shirt too. But anywho, and I got on my green too. Before I forget, happy St. Patty's Day. Yes, today is March 17th. But anywho, back on topic for real. So, on this Throwback Thursday, I want to talk about what I remember. And I'm going to try to do it in order. And what I'm going to start with is, I remember back in the day, and I keep, looking down at my notes because, of course, I took notes. I always take notes now, so I won't be dragging on and stuff. But anywho, so I just want to talk about, how things used to be back in the day. And back in the day, hold on, let me get situated and get still. But back in the day, I remember when it came to parents, the parents used to then be scared of the kids. Parents used to put the children in place. Parents used to give whoopings, and today the way how the system is set up, shoot, you hit a child too hard, then that's child abuse or whatever and all of this and that. But hey, that's how some of these great people in the world that we look at on TV or learn about in history and stuff, they got whoopings, back in the day. They got in trouble back in the day. I necessarily didn't get a whooping, but I did get in trouble. I got on punishment, and yes, I got slapped a few times by my mama or whatever, and I was more raised by my grandmama. She scared me. All she did was, and I was like, ooh, let me get somewhere and sit down somewhere, So, that's how I got my children, I put fear in their heart, and not a fear of, ooh, I'm scared to do anything, but a fear of, nah, don't let me be disrespectful. Don't let me be out here acting like I ain't got no sense. Don't let me be out here acting like I'm a fool, because let me tell you something. I ain't had no fool, and I ain't raising no fools, okay? And y'all, anybody that know me, y'all can ask my children. I don't play. Do you hear me? I don't play. But I don't place fear to the point of my kids don't know their identity or my kids are scared to be themselves. I place a certain kind of fear as to, when you leave off in front of my face, I already know you probably gonna go out there and be mischievous or, do some things. Because no, you didn't hear it come out of my mouth that I'm perfect or that my kids are perfect. No, you didn't hear that, because like I said in a few videos, before, that nobody is perfect, okay? Nobody is perfect. So at the end of the day, I just don't know where the roles switched up at? When did the parents start being scared of the kids? That don't make sense to me. When did children stop listening? When did parents stop listening? That's one thing that I do. I listen. If I can't do nothing else, I'm gonna listen, and I'm gonna talk to you. Okay, that's why I'm on this channel, to talk to you. Yeah, shoot, to talk to myself too, and to anybody else. Like I said, it doesn't matter what color you are, it doesn't matter what age you are, and it sure don't matter what gender you are, because this stuff that I'm telling y'all is good for everybody, every and anybody. But anyway, uh I just don't I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what's wrong with this world. And I just really feel like that some things ought to stay traditional in general. But anyway, that was one point that I wanted to touch on. I just do not remember when the parents I don't remember that. What I do remember is the kids were scared of the parents or the grandparents or the uncles or the aunties. They didn't want to mess up in some type of way. Now, some parents take it too far and they do things and they do abuse their kids. And for you parents that's out there doing that, you are the problem. You part of the problem. But for you parents out there that discipline, in the correct form, and I can't tell you what the correct form is, but I can tell you what the incorrect form is, and that is beating your children to death or to the point where it turns into abuse. And we're not stupid, okay? We know what abuse is. So let me move on. I also remember when, because where I grew up at, we had neighborhood kids. It was the big sister, big brother, little brother. But everybody played together because the big sisters and the big brothers and stuff, they played together. And then, of course, yeah, back in my day, what I remember is that if that big sister go outside, she got to take this here little sister with her. Or if that big brother, they got to take the little brother with them. Or where you go, they go. Y'all go as a group. But I remember when all of us used to get together and we'll go up to the candy lady. We sit up there. Can we have $1.50? Yes, $1.50 exactly, because you want to get a frozen, you want to get a pickle, and you want to get some penny candy, them Tootsie Rolls, and the chocolate ones and the fruity ones, the blueberry ones, the strawberries, the green apple ones, the grape ones, all of that. 9 laters, airheads, baked beans, lemon heads, sugar daddies, sugar babies, all the throwback good candy, okay? I just remember, that the kids used to get along. That's the point that I'm making. We used to get along, and we used to coerce the other kids. Go get you $1. Go get you. If that kid couldn't get $1, then we'll ask me in particular, because my mother didn't raise me. My mother was in the army, so my grandmother somewhat raised me up a little bit. I grew up a little bit, but she somewhat, I was raised old school. And if the other little kids couldn't, if they didn't have something, then we'll try to get like I said, $1.50, $1.75. Some people were big balling, $5. You hear me? $5 back in the day you was rich. If you had you go to the candy lady with $5, you was rich. Not only was you rich, let me tell you something. Oh my gosh, you was Hollywood, had all the friends, but that's besides the point. But I remember that, and I remember how we used to go to sleep on Friday. Well, first of all, we'll be outside all night Friday night, but then we'll go to sleep and couldn't wait to get up the next day on Saturday to go outside and play and do it all over again. Some kids wouldn't even change their clothes. Do you hear me? And back in the day, I was guilty of that. Sometimes get up and go outside the next day playing the same clothes that we had on Friday. We up Saturday morning, 9, 10, 11 o'clock, outside playing again, doing it all over again, having rock fights, throwing rocks, playing hopscotch, jump rope, who tell me this? Who remember Ice in the Glass, Kool-Aid? ice in the glass, Kool-Aid, tag you it, hide and seek, uh, just a whole lot of stuff. Simon Says, Mother May I, uh, just a whole lot of stuff that kids, do you hear me? That kids should have been doing these days. I don't know what some of these kids doing. You know, having babies for one, and they babies. You know what I'm saying? Robbing, stealing for what? you know. But anywho, I remember that, and I also remember, it used to be that one house or that one area, on the street that all the little kids used to be in front of, and we used to can be outside to 11, 12 o'clock, and we was little back in the day, cause parents sitting on the porch, or grandparents, uncles, whoever was raising you back in the day, they sitting on the porch doing their things. And back in the day, kids didn't have no business being all up in grown people faces and stuff. So the grown people be up there on the porch doing what they doing, and us children would be out there in the yard, wherever, right there in the street right there, but we'll be right there though, where the parents or the grown people would actually watch us. These days, who watching the children these days? Nobody. That's why all this destruction is going on. That's why all these problems going on. Because people ain't watching their children. I never forget, because I like to give real life stories. Back in the day when my kids were smaller, at this particular time, I only had two. I got three in all, but I only had two children. And my kids, I was looking out the door, because I'm always looking at my kids, paying attention to what they doing and stuff. But it was some little kids, little neighborhood kids, and they mama gonna bust up, and gonna tell the children, now y'all stay right there until I get back. Oh no, y'all ain't. I ain't no babysitter. Who? So, I bust out the door, and I was like, no, they can't do that, because I'm not responsible for your children. And then two, the lady didn't ask me. See, that's the problem, these days. People just assume and just be wanting to just do stuff. No, the lady didn't ask me, and I let her know that no, that is not okay for your children to stay right here until you get back. Because first of all, I don't know what's gonna come up and what I got to do, and I don't really know how you raise your children, and I don't even really know what time you gonna come back, and I don't even really know you. So how are you comfortable enough to tell your kids that y'all stay down here, stay right there until I get back? That's another problem. What's going on today? Some of these parents is too trusting of people that they shouldn't be trusting of, But I ain't gonna stay on that. That's just, what I remember back in the day. We didn't do that. You got to know the people. What's your name? What's your mama name? What's your daddy name? That's your brother. That's your sister. Who is that? We would. Let me tell you something. It's a whole application. And that's how I run my household. You know what I'm saying? That's how I like to do my children, because I don't want the unnecessary problems or unnecessary issues. So anyway, let me keep it moving. Now, since I have touched on the parents and the kids, let me touch on the teachers. I remember back in the day, look at my tongue did something funny. I be so ready to say something, so ready to talk. Let me slow it down a little bit. I remember the teachers back in the day used to want to teach us. Okay, they done took a whole lot of stuff out of school, I guess, because of technology or whatever. But we used to have handwriting. Yeah, you looked at some of these children and how they write and stuff. You don't even know what it is. You don't know what you're looking at. You don't know. So back in the day, and when I was coming up in school, the teachers used to teach, and you better let them teach as students, But nowadays, first of all, teachers is worrying about how much am I getting paid, or I ain't getting paid enough. Back in the day, we used to have them old head teachers that cared. Yes, they wanted their money, but they wanted to make sure, okay, that us children that was coming up, you gonna be something, and you gonna be somebody. If I gotta pull you to the side and check your look up or whatever I gotta do to make sure you stay on track. The teachers used to care. They used to care. They wasn't scared of the kids, okay? Now, I'm not saying that they abused the kids and stuff, but they was not scared to teach. You got teachers these days, they are scared to teach. They scared of the kids. They scared of themselves. That is crazy. Why did you become a teacher if you really didn't want to see the best in the kids? That's what I don't understand. So I just remember that, teachers really did take their jobs serious. Nowadays, is if you ain't trying to have a fashion show with your clothes and with your hair and what jewelry you wear and all of this and that type of stuff or whatever, I don't know what you going to getting up and going to work for. I guess you're getting up, going to work to eat lunch and go flirt and see if you can't go find somebody, and that is not the reason. Okay, you should be going to school and wanting to teach these children. The teachers, and it is still a handful that do take their job serious. So I don't want nobody to get the wrong impression that I'm saying don't no teacher care about their job. Don't no no, it's a handful that still do care about their job. What I'm saying is, back in the day, it wasn't all about, oh, I ain't getting paid enough. Oh, no, they did their job. They cared. If you ask me, they cared a little bit too much. But sometimes we need that. These children these days, they need somebody to care about them, because the parents, some of the parents, not all of the parents, are scared of them, I guess. I don't know. Some of these parents still need to be taught, if you ask me. I ain't gonna stay on it too long. But yes, back in the day, teachers used to care about teaching the children. They cared if we was gonna become something. They cared if they cared. Now, me in particular, because I don't want nobody to, say, oh, you contradicting yourself. I am not contradicting myself, because by the time I got up in high school, that's when them old fashion show teachers came aboard. That's when they worried about how much money they made and stuff. And shoot, I just was like, you know what? I ain't learning nothing. And I believe that's how some of these children are today. And you teachers need to do better, just as well as you parents need to do better. Like I said in a few videos before, my grandmama told me you get your first teaching at the house. And if you parents don't teach your kids to go to school and shut up, yep, that's what that means. Close your mouth. They're gonna fall by the wayside, and that is so sad. And I just really think that we ought to do better, because I'm gonna say it again, I believe the children are our future. Just look at the world and look what's going on with the world. Some things need to stay traditional, okay? Some things do. Now, I'm gonna talk about one more other topic, or we're gonna stay on this topic. I remember one more set of people that I want to touch on before I end this, and that is these police officers. Let me set my notes to the side, okay, because I know what I want to say. When did the police stop serving and protecting us? Now the police are just as bad as the criminals. And you know what? Not all police officers, but some of them. And I don't really care how anybody feel about what I got to say or what I'm saying, because you don't have to be looking at this on this channel. You can click off any time you want to. But when did the police become the criminals? They are the ones, some of them anyway, some of them, not all of them, okay? Some of them. Before you get to thinking that I'm saying, oh, all police bad, all that. No, I'm not saying that. But what my little eyes have witnessed and what my little ears have heard and what my little mind, and not my little mind, my big brain, my big mind, what my mind know is some of these police officers, they're the ones committing the crimes. They're the ones bringing the drugs in this neighborhood. They're the ones that are paying. You know, have you heard of a word called Fagin? A Fagin is a older person. It doesn't matter male or female, okay, male or female, but an older person that pays younger people to go commit crimes and stuff, and that is just so sad. What are we gonna do about this justice system that is just so crooked? And let me tell you something, I can speak about it because I have fell victim a few times to the justice system where they should have helped me, but they did not help me. But I ain't gonna dwell on that, because you know what go around come around, and I ain't got to do nothing, okay? It's that man upstairs, okay? Man upstairs that's watching. And who is the man upstairs? God, or whoever you call your God, whoever you thinking in the morning for letting you wake up to see another day. And no, I'm not talking about a celebrity on TV. I'm talking about the man upstairs. Some of us call him God, some of us call him Raw. It's whatever you want to call him. He watching. Yes, he is. And he see all of this stuff. So I just don't understand when the police, and when I say this, I'm not scared of the police, but some of us are scared of the police. And when did the police stop? I had put my lotion. Had to take a minute, get myself together. But when did the police officers stop serving and protecting us? Yes. When did it get to the point where some of us are scared to call the police because they can flip it and turn it on you? Y'all, we gotta do better. We gotta do better. We gotta do better. Yes, we do. We gotta do a whole lot better. We got to keep some things traditional if we don't do nothing else. And that is, parents, you need to be parents. Teach your children better. Raise your children. Don't let your children just grow up. Raise these children. Or stop having them. Kids, if y'all don't get somewhere and sit y'all down and let somebody raise you. Teachers, teach. Yes, you ought to get paid for what you're doing because it's a job. But teach. Something good or some good stuff. And police officers, will y'all please do y'all job and help? Like I said once before, I'm going to say it again. Some things need to stay traditional. Now, I ain't going to hold you no longer, okay? So before y'all leave me, please don't forget to like and subscribe, okay? And if you want to help this channel out, please go to Cash App, money sign, Harmony B33. Once again, that is money sign, HARMONI 33. Now, get somewhere and go play hopscotch, go play hide and seek, hide and go see, whatever you said, hide and seek, ice in the glass, Kool-Aid. I say ice in the glass, Kool-Aid, jump rope. Okay, go take a walk. Race, Simon Says, tag, you it, all of that stuff. Get a hula hoop and have a hula hoop contest. Anything. Just stay out of trouble. Okay? Y'all have a good one. See you over there in that other video. Yeah.